Hey guys, Chris here, CaribbeanPod.com. Some of you were requesting the Saltfish Accra on Facebook, I believe it was, and I received some messages via YouTube as well. So here we go, guys. We're gonna cook the Saltfish Accra. I was supposed to get Taya to help me today, but she's off at school. So here we go, guys. Saltfish Accra. I hope you guys check out the other recipes at CaribbeanPod.com. If you're watching this on YouTube, please give me the thumbs up as well as subscribe to the channel. I think you can subscribe above and you hit the thumbs up on the bottom of the video here. Saltfish Accra, guys. And this is what it's going to look like when we're all done. Next up, I'm going to share the ingredients as well as the cooking steps for making this wonderful Saltfish Accra. Here's the main ingredient for the Saltfish Accra. In the pot here I have I believe it's about half a pound of boneless saltfish. Salted cod is what I'm using, whatever salted fish you can find, the dry salted fish that is. And what we're going to do, we're going to boil this in some water here just to remove the majority of the salt that it was cured in and to make it tender for shredding. Shredding is a big part of this recipe as well. So I'm going to bring this up to a boil, allow it to boil for about 15-20 minutes, drain it, get most of the water out, and then we're going to shred it. The other ingredients are as follows. We're going to need some onion, a couple cloves of garlic. I have here some parsley, but that is totally optional. I'm going to use maybe about 1 teaspoon of chopped up parsley. I've got a hot pepper here. It's a habanero. You can use Scotch bonnet, whatever hot pepper you can handle. I've got some fresh thyme. Here I've got a couple scallions or green onions, I'm not sure how you call it. Here I have a couple leaves of shadow bene. If you can't get shadow bene, feel free to use cilantro. You're gonna need maybe about a tablespoon or so, and 1 egg. To that we're gonna add some fresh ground black pepper. Of course, we're gonna need some flour as well as some baking powder. What I've gone ahead and done is made a sort of a list of things you'll need for the recipe. So here goes. I do hope you guys can read it off the paper that I'm going to present here now. And this is basically it. So we've got a half a pound of boneless saltfish, 1 cup of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a small onion finely chopped, 2 cloves of garlic minced. Remember, guys, when you're chopping or you're mincing everything, try to get it as tiny as you can, just so you don't have chunks in the finished Accra. 2 blades of shadow bene, as I mentioned. If you can't get shadow bene, feel free to use cilantro, a couple tablespoons finely chopped scallions, a 1/4 teaspoon of chopped thyme, 1 teaspoon of minced hot pepper. I'm using the habanero pepper. You can use Scotch bonnet if you don't have fresh pepper. You can use pepper flakes or West Indian pepper sauce. You can use pepper sauce, people. 1 egg, fresh ground black pepper. We're gonna need about a 1/4 to 1/2 cup of water to make the dough. We're going to be making a dough out of everything here, as well as a pinch of sugar. Definitely we'll be frying this after, so you'll need some hot oil, some hot vegetable oil to fry this up with. So I'm going to go ahead, allow the saltfish to boil, and I'm going to chop and prepare all these ingredients here. Guys, I've got everything prepped here now. I've got the garlic, the thyme, parsley, scallions, onion, everything all chopped up. One thing I wanted to mention about the onion I had was a bit bigger than small, so I only used half of an onion and I diced it up as fine as I could. Just wanted to show you guys something in regards to the salted cod that I boiled earlier. I allowed it to cool, then I rinsed it off a couple times with cold water, squeeze all the water, excess water out of it, and then I shredded it with my hands. Now as you can see, it's a bit of a chunky shred. You can certainly use it as it is here. However, I find it to be more, gives a better consistency, as well as it's easy to work with if you were to pound it up or break it down even further. A good tool to use would probably be a food processor, where you would shred it into nice like fibers almost. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put it into my mortar and pestle here, and I'm just going to hammer away at it for a little bit, and then get ready to make the actual sort of dough that we're going to be using to deep fry to make the Saltfish Accra. I'm not sure if you guys remembered, but earlier when I had the when I shredded it by hand, the saltfish was a bit more chunky. Now I've worked it in the mortar and pestle. You can certainly use a food processor, as I mentioned earlier. You want to break it down to sort of, notice how it's sort of fibrous. This is excellent. To that, we're going to add to I have a bowl here with about a cup of flour, as well as the baking powder. But first, we're going to add all the sort of dry ingredients into that bowl, give it a good stir, and then we're going to add the egg to it. And finally, we're going to start adding some water. Remember, we're going to use anywhere from a quarter of a cup to half a cup of water in there. Basically, we're looking for something that's the consistency of a thick batter. Here I've mixed all the dry ingredients together from the full ingredient list, and I've mixed it up first, then I've added the egg. Now I'm gonna mix this some more and then start adding some water to the mixture to form that sort of thick batter that we're hoping to accomplish. So the batter is all ready now, guys. It's really thick. What we're gonna do, we're gonna take a teaspoonful out and we're gonna spoon it into some hot vegetable oil here. I've got about 3 cups of vegetable oil on a medium-high heat. It's oil I have previously used before. I didn't strain it as good, so you may be seeing some fragments in there. I'm not sure how clear the video is going to be. But basically, we're going to spoon in a heaping teaspoonful into there. And I have my little draining station prepared. I've got my tongs as well as some paper towels in a wire basket. So basically, we scoop out, fry for a couple minutes on each side until it's golden brown, fish them out and put them onto the paper towel. So these guys have been frying here for about a minute or so. I've already flipped them over. I'm just waiting for it to go golden brown. Guys, the reason why I said to use heaping teaspoonful is because with the baking powder that we put on here, it will swell quite a bit. It will inflate in size as it cooks. The other thing I wanted to mention here is that try not to crowd the pan too much. I've got 5 of them in this small sort of saucepan here. Give them room to breathe. Give them room for them to do their thing, guys.